Hi, garden friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Era, and this is Gardening on Purpose. I garden in Zone 8A in Georgia, where I do gardening related videos. Thank you so much if you're new to the channel, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos. So for today, I'm doing something that I normally don't do, which is seeds. I am not the gardener that will have a whole seed setup in my house. I don't have a basement. Um, and I don't have the space for that kind of setup. So I prefer to go the direct sow route. And I garden, my edible garden, that's in grow bags, and my ornamental is mostly perennials and evergreens and shrubs and stuff like that. And I do have annuals, and I plan to put a bunch of annuals in my mailbox garden, but that's for later on in the season. But I saw some annuals. These are mostly annuals, like pretty much all annuals. One I'm not sure about because it's the first time I'm actually going to be planting it, and I'm not sure if it's an annual or not. But in any case, I'm going to be direct sowing everything. So my edible garden, obviously, that's going to be direct sow as well. And I'll show you, I have what I'm going to be planting this year in the vegetable garden and then the ornamental garden separately. So let's start out with the edibles. So I am not going at first. When I first started gardening, I used to plant everything. Like I saw something, I was like, oh, I'm gonna plant that. I was planting radishes, and I don't even eat radish. And I was planting, carrots. I don't even like carrots. So I just found that to be a waste. But it was my first year. I was so excited, and I was like, I'm just gonna plant. And they did well. They really did. I actually tasted the radish. I tasted the carrots. But this year, I'm really gonna stick, and this is my third year, I'm really gonna stick with things that I'm really going to eat. So one of the first things is I love cantaloupes. Love cantaloupes, 95 days to bloom. This is the Fairy Morse brand. And all the seed packets, as you know, have all the information in the back. Depends on where you are, how deep to plant it, and how big it's going to be, and the spacing and everything. So I chose this cantaloupe. Now, I don't know varieties of vegetables as much as I know varieties of ornamentals, but I just picked this one up. And this one is the Tuscany hybrid. It's a non-GMO, and it was $196. I believe I got this at Walmart. So I'm excited about that. So that's the cantaloupe. The next one I have is I really, really enjoy pumpkin. Love pumpkin. I love pumpkin stew, pumpkin soup, pumpkin fritters. And I'm hoping that these squirrels and these chipmunks will please leave my stuff alone. But anyway, this is the Lady Godiva, and this takes 90 days to bloom. Fairy Morse brand. Again, the back tells you everything you need to know. So for example, I'm in Georgia, so I'm going to be that orange area right there. And it's saying I should probably plant between March and July. Now, my last frost date is somewhere between April 15th and April 20th. So I will be safe and wait until April 20th to plant all these guys in the ground. The next one I have, peppers. Everybody needs peppers in their lives. Any type of pepper you want to plant. I'm just going to go with the Grand Bell mix. These are the bell peppers. It's going to be a green, a yellow, and a red. This is a container variety. But again, everything that I plant that I eat from this garden are in grow bags. So I'm really excited about this. Everybody knows peppers loves the sun, and the critters don't like the peppers. So that's good. Next one is corn. This is a sweet corn. This is the Golden Cross Bantam Hybrid. This is apparently going to be 8 inches when it actually grows. There's a lot of seeds in here, nice and heavy. And again, when do I plant this? Somewhere between March and August, because I'm in Georgia, and Georgia on that map is the orange area. And again, all the details here. Now, it will tell you in the back, if you should sow directly or if you plan to sow indoors and then bring them out. And if you've watched my channel, you know a couple of things about me. I garden in the clay, and that's not a problem. I don't like hardening off because I feel like a lot of plants die during that process. I don't like bringing stuff in the house. There's just no space for it, you know? So if I can do everything outside, I'm pro direct sow. Love me some butternut squash. So this one is the butternut Sasquatch, and it's a winter squash, 196 at Walmart, and these are huge. I love these. Again, these are really, really good as a side or steamed vegetable, and they're really good in a soup. Love butternut. Beans, green beans. These did so well for me last year. I can't tell you. I mean, I had people coming into my yard. It's like, oh my God, you're growing beans. Yes. Now, what bean did I grow last year? I can't tell you, but I know I'm going to buy this one, the Blue Lake, the 274 bush, because there's just so many varieties and I can't keep up. I mean, a bean is a bean, and I know that they have, some varieties are better than others, but it's not that serious for me. So long as it's not, so long as it's like a good quality bean, I will grow it. It's green beans, so I'm not going to get caught up too much on the type of green bean. But this one takes 55 days to harvest. That's easy enough. That's literally a month and a half. Love cucumbers. I love them to eat them as a snack. I love to literally just peel them and then a dash of salt and eat it like that. This is a container variety. This is the muncher. And I planted some of these last year, and last year, these didn't do too well. I got a couple, but not as much as I got my first year. My first year gardening, I did so well with all these plants that I didn't even eat. Well, I love cucumbers, but I'm talking about the other ones that I didn't eat either. And apparently one of the seeds fell on the ground. I didn't know. And that thing grew and grew and grew and was riddled with cucumbers, but I didn't eat it because I didn't eat it because I just prefer to eat the way my yard is. And again, a little story here. The way my yard is, a lot of water rushes into my yard from other people's stuff. People have dogs and people have animals and people have all kinds of stuff, cars and fuel and oil and all kinds of stuff in their yard. And I don't know what fertilizer they're using. So when the water rushes into my yard and it goes into my food, I'm not really sure, So I prefer to just, when I plant in pots. I love okra. This is the emerald okra. These did really, really, really well for me the first year. And in Georgia, let me see, April to June is my sowing date. So all these guys right here, I will wait until April 20th to put them in the ground. There's absolutely no rush at all. And especially since I've got critters out there waiting for me. I've got squirrels, I've got chipmunks, I've got stray cats. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff out there waiting for me to plant so they can eat. And plus the birds are there too, which I don't mind feeding the birds because, the birds sing to me, and the birds don't make a mess or they're not a nuisance as much as the squirrels and the chipmunks. Okay, so that's the edible, and that's literally what I'm going to be planting this year, guys. I'm not going to go overboard like I did my first year. I have absolutely learned my lesson. Okay, the next set of flowers I want to show you these are all going to be ornamental, right? Non-edible. And this packet right here, all these guys here, these are plants that I've never planted in my yard. They've never been in my yard, right? Like these guys, some form or fashion, these guys here, they have. These guys here have not. Okay, so let me show you. So the first one is calendula. This is the Pacific Beauty. It's a container variety. It's an annual, and it takes 55 days to bloom, and it is loved by the pollinators. 196, I believe, at Walmart. And this one, again, I'm in Georgia, so I can grow this February to March, which is between this month and next month. But I am expecting cold coming, because we're not going to get out the clear until April. It'll get really, really nice, and we'll think, oh my God, it's time to plant. But then, a cold spell, and then we're completely frozen again, and then it goes back to nice again. It's a whole process here in Georgia. So to prevent any stress and waste of seeds and waste of money, I will wait. But again, calendula, what a beauty, huh? It's an orangey yellow mix. Really, really nice. I'm excited about this. This will go in the mailbox garden. This guy here, Cleome, I've never planted it, but it looks really, really nice. And I'm excited. Again, 60 days to bloom, full sun, loved by the pollinators, Cleome. And in Georgia, I can grow this I can plant this from between March to May. Next one is amaranth. Now, this one here, I've never seen this seed before. I've never actually seen this plant before. But again, maybe it's because I'm not really paying attention. I don't know. But this was $196. This is a container variety, and it takes 75 days to bloom. This is also called Joseph's Coat. That's really, really beautiful. And that's one of the reasons I actually picked it up. I could not stop looking at that bloom, guys. Let me know if you actually plant amaranth and how does it do? And if you've planted this particular one here, that would be nice to know. But again, this might also go in the mailbox garden. And this one in Georgia, it's going to be, well, in North Georgia where I'm at, it's going to be April to June planting. Next one up are two varieties of morning glory. First one is the red picote, and 120 days to bloom. It is a container variety, and it's loved by the pollinators. It is a full sun plant. In Georgia, I will be planting this somewhere between March and June. Again, everybody is getting direct sowed. Another one of the morning glories is another blue, and I love blue plants. There's not enough blue plants out there, to be honest. You know, like straight up blue, like not purpley blue or bluish, but a blue. Really, really nice. This is blue picote, 120 days to bloom, another container variety. Excited about this one, but guys, when I picked this up, I did not realize it was a climber or a viney kind of thing. Sweet pea, early gigante, or gigante. This is 50 days to bloom. I assume, even without even seeing that bee there, that this would be a pollinator-friendly plant. It just looks like it is. And I've done some research on it, and apparently it is divine when it comes to the smell. Really, really beautiful and really, really an awesome smell. Sweet pea. I bought two. Okay, here's another one. This is the mammoth. Now, you know mammoth means big, so gosh, you guys know that I'm running out of space. I don't think this will fit in the mailbox garden, but it will fit nonetheless because these seeds are only lasting for a year, or the quality of them will go down after a year. I'm sure if you plant some of these a year or two after, they'll still grow, but I want to stay within the guidelines. So this is sweet pea mammoth salmon cream. Gorge. Absolutely gorge. 65 days to bloom, and it looks like it smells amazing. You know, it just looks like it smells good. So if you have sweet pea, let me know. I'd be interested to know how it did. And like I said, I just picked it up because it looked really nice, but I did not realize that it's going to actually need something to climb on. So you live, you learn. The last one I wanted to show you, I had put it aside to show you last in this particular group, is the passion flower. Picked this up simply because of how it looked. It's different. I've had the fruit, the passion fruit. It's delicious. I've had drinks made out of it. And I didn't know that their flowers were so beautiful. Look at that, guys. 50 days to bloom. Loved by the pollinators, and it's a full sun plant. I'm especially excited about this because I wasn't sure if it was going to actually be an annual for me. This one, I can plant it from March to June here in Georgia, guys. So those are the ones that I've actually, the type of plants, not the variety, but the type of plants that I've actually never grown in my garden. And I'm excited to do so this year, 2024. Okay, so that's the second set. The third set are zinnias, guys. Okay, now everybody loves zinnias. If you know somebody who doesn't like zinnias, let me know because that sounds different. Okay, but I mean, to each his own. Everybody likes what they like, and that's great. No problem here. So we have zinnias here, and I'm showing you the zinnias I bought at the Dollar Tree versus at Walmart or Lowe's. I forget which one I got these from. Um, but so at the Dollar Tree, these are 4 for $1. And I picked them up because they were 4 for $1. And I've seen videos on YouTube where people say that these actually perform just as good as these. So, and you're spending less. Obviously, it's 4 for $1. This first one here is the semi-dwarf pumila mixed colors. Really beautiful. Zinnias love full sun. This one here is the Giants of California, mixed colors. We've got the Lilliput mixed colors. Really beautiful. We've got, well, now that's not a zinnia. And that's not a zinnia. And that's not a zinnia. Okay, so that must be, I might have bought 4 zinnias from the Dollar Tree. Where did that go? Okay, don't have that one. Or maybe I didn't buy 4 zinnias. Okay, so those are the 3 zinnias I bought from the Dollar Tree. And they look really, really nice, guys. These guys here are the ones, like I said, I bought from either Lowe's or Walmart. And I'm excited about this green one in particular because of just how it looks. I've actually never seen a zinnia like this. It's a really nice mint green. 60 days to bloom, full sun, container variety. Here in Georgia, I can put this out or I can grow this direct sow somewhere between March and July. I will likely do that in April, as I mentioned. Next up, we have this beauty here. This is a giant double-flowered lavender gem. Look at that beaut, guys. Zinnias are loved by the pollinators, and they don't take, I think the zinnias that I know take somewhere between 30 and 75 days. This one is 60 days to bloom. This one here is Cut and Come Again. Container variety, 60 days to bloom, full sun. What a beauty, guys. These are all probably going to end up in my mailbox garden. Yesterday, I went and expanded the mailbox garden to hold all these plants because I knew I had to plant them. And at this particular point, my mailbox garden is not very big. So I actually added 2 feet of length and maybe 6 or 5.5 and 6 in width. I'll show you guys in the video when it's time to really plant these guys. Next one up is Meteor. Meteor Zinnia, 80 days to bloom. This one takes a little while to bloom, but look at that beauty, guys. It's a deep mauve purpley look, rich like red wine, like very mysterious. Really, really like that. Then, of course, yellow, because a yellow zinnia is a beaut. This one is the giant double-flowered canary bird, and it takes 60 days to bloom. $196. I believe this was at Walmart. Guys, the zinnias are just looking absolutely great. I can just picture them come this summer. This last zinnia that I have here is the giant double violet queen. Look at that. 60 days to bloom, guys. Full sun. And in my area, I can direct sow somewhere between March and July. And I plan to actually do succession planting with these because I don't want the zinnias to all bloom at the same time and then burn out and then I have nothing in August. So I'm going to plant maybe 3 different types, well, 3 different times, which is considered succession planting. Okay. After the zinnias, next up are the other guys that I got from the Dollar Tree. Now, these guys here, I never grew them in my garden either, but because they were Dollar Tree, I just thought, let me pick them up. You never know. Bachelor's Button or Bachelor Button. This one here is the Cyanus double, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Cyanus double mixed flowers. It's a mixture of red, a pinky white, and a purple. That's a beauty. And these are an annual, and they grow 2 to 5. Was it 2 to 5 or 2 to 3? 2 to 3 feet in height. We have got Forget Me Not. This is an annual firmament, and it is it's blue, which is why I picked it up. If I see a blue flower, I will pick it up. Blue flowers are scarce. This one grows 1 to 2 feet. Takes 8 to 10 days to germinate. The bachelor button takes 10 to 14. So I think some of these plants take different times to germinate, but if they look half as good as they look on these pictures, I'm in for a treat, guys. Let me know if you've planted any of these so far. Bachelor button, Forget Me Not. Then we have California Poppy. This is the extra golden, which means it must be really, really, really yellow. And this one here it grows 12 to 18 inches in height, and it takes 14 to 21 days to germinate. Next up, we have Helichrysum, or Helichrysum. One of these is right. One of those is right. This one is a tall double mixed colors, and it reminds me of the bachelor buttons. It reminds me of English daisy a little bit, just a little bit. And these are a mixture of yellow, red, and white, and they grow 2 to 3 feet, and they take 7 to 10 days to germinate. Next up, we have one of the exciting ones for me because I'm working on a moon garden, and this will be one of the border plants. This is the carpet of snow. Look at that plant, guys. And I've seen this in real life. It is such a beauty, an absolute beauty. So this one goes 3 to 5, which is why it has to be in the front of the border, 3 to 5 inches, and it takes 7 to 12 days to germinate. Let me know what you think of the Elysium, guys. I'm very excited about this because I've seen it. I know the potential of it, and I'm hoping in my clay soil that it will do great. Okay, so that's that set right there. Then we have these guys here. These are plants that I usually buy in the plant form, seeds that I usually buy in the plant form, and I've decided that I'm going to buy the seeds this year because it's so convenient to just go to the store and just pick the thing up. But if you can save $1 here or $2 or $3, that's where my head is at for 2024, guys. So this one here, I bought the plant and it did so well. It absolutely did so well, and I couldn't wait for 2024 so I can buy some seeds and plant them myself. It only takes 60 days to bloom. It's a container variety and it loves the full sun. Look at those beauties, guys. They're so dainty and so beautiful. And here in my zone, they are you can plant them out somewhere between March and June. Next one up, the classic. Nobody beats the coleus. This is the rainbow mixed colors. Now, what I did when I got the cold last year is I actually propagated some of the coleus and brought them inside, and they're doing really, really well in my office. But to prevent me having to propagate anymore, I'm just going to buy the seeds and just plant them and have them in the office, and that will be that. This is a beauty, guys, and everybody knows coleus is one of the easiest plants to grow. I mean, anybody can do it, and it is a container variety that takes 45 days to bloom, and it's a part shade plant, guys. Love this. And in Georgia, somewhere between March and July was when I can plant these. Next one up is Cosmos. I've bought Cosmos before and I love them. And this one, I haven't had this particular variety, but this one's called Purity. This one takes 70 days to bloom. It's a container variety and it's loved by the pollinators. This one here can be planted out somewhere between March and July, guys. Love this guy. I love white plants. So the ones that don't look messy after they're done blooming, you know, some white plants where they look gorgeous, beautiful, pure, innocent when they're actually in bloom. But when they're fading, oof. Okay, next one up is marigolds. Love me some marigolds, guys. They help me out in the garden and they're so easy. They actually self-seed and they have really, really been tried and true in the summer and the fall garden. This one here is the Cracker Jack Mixed Colors, 45 Days to Bloom, loved by the pollinators and takes full sun. This one here can be put out somewhere between March and July. And then finally, never seen this before, and this is why I picked it up, because it was white, guys. This one is an Eskimo marigold, 45 days to bloom. I've never seen this before. And I was like, I've got to pick it up. I've really got to pick it up. And if it performs anyway like the other types of marigolds, I'm in for a treat. Again, this one here in Georgia is going to be somewhere between March and June. Okay, finally, sunflowers, guys. I bought this mammoth sunflower at the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General, one of them. And you know what? I don't have the space for this big thing. If it really gets this big, I have to be strategic where I actually plant the seed. Now, this one here, I won't direct sow in the ground, but I will sow it in a sewing, a sewing container, but I will be doing it outside. Still not bringing it inside the house. And the reason for that is the chipmunks, the squirrels, and the birds. If I plant sunflower seeds, they'll never come up because the birds are going to eat them. The chipmunks are going to dig them up, and the whatever else is out there is going to dig them up. So what I decided to do was I bought some seed planting containers. I'll put them outside, and then I'll cover them with some wire. And then when they get really big and too big for the container, then I'll put them up because by then the chipmunks won't mess with them, So look at how big they say this thing. Look at this picture right here, guys. They say it's supposed to get this big. And if that's true, oh my goodness. This is the sunflower mammoth. And this one here, easy. Sunflowers so easy. It says it actually can be expected to grow somewhere between 7 and 12 feet, guys. I'm truly excited for this. Now, I bought it because it was going to be huge, but I just realized after doing some research, if it really gets that big, I'm going to have to stake it, but it's worth it. Just this first year, see what happens, see what happens. So that's the mammoth sunflower. Then finally, I have these guys here, which I absolutely adore, guys. I love these. It didn't matter. I just grabbed them. Look at those beauties, guys. Look at this. Look at that. That's a beauty. This one is the Magic Roundabout, and this one is a container variety that takes 75 days to bloom, guys. Oh my gosh, I love this, guys. This one here can go out somewhere between March and June, and they are gonna go to 6 feet. This other one here, this is the Ruby Eclipse. Love it. Absolutely love it. Another 75 days to bloom, container variety. And this one is going to be 5 to 6 feet. So they are pretty tall, guys. And this blood red color here, I just love it. So dark. This is Velvet Queen, 65 days to bloom, full sun, guys. And again, in Georgia, somewhere between March and June. So between all these sunflowers, look at that, guys. Aren't they beautiful? Now, let me know if you have any of these. Now, there were a lot of these at Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot. So I'm sure some of you actually picked up some of these. Let me know if you did. And we can actually, chat and figure out if, how yours did, or if you planted it last year and if it did well, or if you actually have issues with it, like the critters, the birds, everything that's actually in our backyards that's waiting for us very patiently for us to plant these beautiful things. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all my seeds. We've got sunflowers, we've got marigolds, we've got zinnias, we've got poppies, we've got passion flower, we got alyssum, we've got sweet pea, we've got zinnias, we've got cantaloupes, we've got okra, all kinds of stuff, guys. So butternut squash, all the stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your seed haul has been going. And please remember to like, please share, please subscribe, and also remember to comment. I love your comments. I make a point to respond to every last one of them. So until then, guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.